Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Yesterday, we set up a precedent by using either AM or PM instead of using o'clock, where you have at 2 minutes after 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I think we've already discussed, we've dealt with this yesterday, that we can set up a precedent, because I can vividly remember asking which one we would be using, either the PM, AM, or o'clock. So, but we've already set a precedent that we can change it. We can have better ones, good ones, but when we have better ones, we can either change it. So we've already set the AM or PM. So, but instead we're using the o'clock here. Thank you.
Yeah, for presidencies, if they are not good, we could change. But here they have, I think you are referring to suspension and resumption of the assembly, order 13, huh? They have 2 o'clock in the afternoon in wards and 14:02 p.m. You want us to use one. Honorable members, have you seen it? Your comments? She is saying that yesterday we agreed that to remove all these ambiguities, we used, as the member for Serekunda West proposed, we used the PM and the AM. Here today they have both written in the afternoon and then 14:02 p.m. We leave it as it is. Okay? Any more on page 5? We now move to page 6. Thank you very much, honorable members. I think I must thank the the table office. It has been moved and seconded that the record of votes and proceedings of the National Assembly sitting of Wednesday, 14th May 2022 be approved without amendments. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. The ayes have it. Clerk, may we proceed?
Motion, pursuant to Order 96.2 of the Standing Orders, be it resolved that this August Assembly do consider and adopt the report of the Committee of Selection, nominating membership to the Special Select Committee inquiring into all matters relating to the sale and disposal of the assets identified by the Commission of Inquiry into the financial activities of public bodies, enterprises, offices as regards their dealings with former President Yahya AJJ Jammeh and connected matters by Honorable Bile G. Tunkara, member of the Committee of Selection.
Thank you, honorable members. I now call upon Honorable Bile G. Tunkara, member of the Committee of Selection, Majority Leader and member for Kantora, to table his motion.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Good morning to all the members here in presence. Honorable Speaker, reports of the Committee of Selection on nomination of the membership to the Special Select Committee established to inquire into all matters relating to the sales and disposals of the assets identified by the Commission of Inquiry into the financial activities of public bodies, enterprises, offices as regards to their dealing with former President Yahya AJJ Jammeh and connected matters. Honorable Speaker, I rise to move for the consideration and approval of this August Assembly, the nominated membership to the Special Select Committee of the National Assembly established to inquire into all matters relating to the sales and disposal of the asset identified by the Commission of Inquiry into the financial activities of public bodies, enterprises, offices, as regards to their dealing with former President Yahya A. J.J. Jammeh and connected matters. Honorable Speaker, the nominations were made in accordance with Standing Orders 95 and 96 of our Standing Orders of the National Assembly. Honorable Speaker, attention may be drawn to this August Assembly that the Standing Orders give the Committee of Selection the mandate to nominate membership to committees as provided for the Standing Order 96. Accordingly, the Committee of Selection, having convened on Thursday, 15 May 2025, considered and resolved to nominate the following members to constitute the Special Select Committee as follows. 1. Honorable Abdullahi Sise as chairperson. 2. Honorable Madi M.K. Sise as vice chairperson. 3. Honorable Swaibu Ture, member. Honorable Kebalam Fofana, member. Honorable Omar Jammeh, member. Honorable Sharif Sar, member, and Honorable Alhaji Mbo, member. The powers and responsibility. Honorable Speaker, the August Assembly is humbly reminded of the powers and mandate of the committee as prescribed in Section 109, Subclause 2 of the 1997 Constitution, Order 97 of the Standing Orders of the National Assembly, as well as the motion establishing the committee. Methodology. The committee used the following methodology. 1, the background. 2, political pluralism based on the majority and the minority divide. And lastly, as much as possible, general representation. Furthermore, the committee was also guided and supported by the Office of the Clerk during the process. On that note, I wish to kindly refer honorable members of the aforementioned list being the proposed nomination to the Special Select Committee. Honorable Speaker, I therefore respectfully submit for the kind consideration and approval of this Assembly of the said nomination by the Committee of Selection. I beg to move.
Thank you very much, Honorable Member for Kantora, Majority Leader and Member of the Committee of Selection. Honorable members, any seconder to the motion? Honorable Member for Sabak Sanyal.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. I want to thank, first I wish to second the motion and take part in the debate. To thank the Committee of Selection for the time they have taken to come up with this list. But Honorable Speaker, I have some reservation as far as this list is concerned. According to the methodology, the committee used the following methodology. 1, background. 2, political pluralism based on the majority and minority divide. And 3, gender representation. But if you look at the list here, it's like the women are not represented in this list. And I think that needs to be put into consideration. Hence, the methodology used mentioned gender representation. For it to be fair, because according to the motion that was raised yesterday by the Honorable Majority Leader, he said one of the committee's responsibility is to investigate the properties owned or seized by the commission and the soul of the Jammeh's properties and his associates. Jammeh had a spouse, and some of the materials and equipments of the spouses were also sold, and I don't think the men could be able to determine those materials. So therefore, I think the gender representation here is very important for us to have women to be part of the committee. The political pluralism based on the majority and minority divide, I think this is something that we need to look at. Because if you look at this list, I don't think the selection was done based on that. Look at the majority caucus and you look at the minority caucus of the parliament. And then you compare it to what we are given here. I don't think it is fair enough, and I hereby reject this list. Thank you.
Hey. Honorable members, I now put the question. It has been moved and seconded that this Honorable Assembly do consider the report of the Committee of Selection nominating membership to the Special Select Committee inquiry into all matters relating to the sale and disposal of the assets identified by the Commission of Inquiry into the financial activities of public bodies, enterprises, and offices as regards their dealings with former President Yahya AJJ Jammeh and connected matters. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. The ayes have it. Honorable members, any honorable member who may now want to take part may do so. I have with me a list of members who will want to take the floor. I now call upon the honorable member for Central Badibu.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. And Honorable Speaker, I want to thank the Selection Committee for coming up with this proposal. Honorable Speaker, the first observation has been highlighted by a member of Sabah Sanjal, the gender participation. The list is so gender biased. At least we need women representation. So at the end of the day, we can come up with submissions or suggestions to see to it that women are represented in the group. Secondly, the chairperson of the committee. The chairperson of the committee is a member of NPP, the government of the day. And this investigation and inquiry is on the current government. So he cannot serve as a chairperson of this committee. There will be a conflict of interest at the end of the day, and we don't want this investigation to be micromanaged or to be really affected. So we need somebody who is not conflicted to be the chairperson of the committee. Now coming to the seventh person, the seven nominated person, who is no other than Honorable Member of Lower Salum. Upper Salum is a member who is fully engaged nationally and internationally. This committee needs focus, and it needs members who will have time to work on it. So he is part of the international delegation called Pan-African Parliament, and is the chair of West African Caucus, the whole of West Africa. He is attending a lot of international meetings. So I therefore recommend him to be replaced with a member from Nyamina Dankuku as party representation. Honorable Speaker, coming to the terms and references. The terms and references should be part of this motion as well, because the committee, that's what the committee is going to use as a guideline, as a tool. So I don't see it here. So I don't know whether it was an omission, but I would recommend, if needs be, to be part of this motion. So, but if yesterday's motion can take care of it, fine. But the TOR should be really, looked at, and this is what the committee needs to follow. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Member for Central Badibu. I now invite the Honorable Member for Latrikunda Sabiji.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker, for giving me the floor. And I thank the Selection Committee for taking their time to give us these names. Honorable Speaker, when Parliament sat over to revise this standing order, and they categorize their committees into standing, select, and special committee. What was passing in the mind of Parliament at the time, in selecting special committee, you need to look at special skills, and you need to look at key competence. Honorable Speaker, the National Assembly Select Committee for this particular exercise is not about newspaper editorials, or it's not about false publication. This is frankly about assets, buildings. We need a key competence who knows building structural integrity, building envelopes, and building systems. Now, I'm not blaming the Select Committee, I'm blaming my party specifically. My party have the key competence in this National Assembly to be in this committee, but they refuse to take the key competence and select somebody who has no key competence in buildings. I'm not blowing my own trumpet. I work for the World Bank as a consultant. You cannot have key competence with structures as far as I'm concerned in this National Assembly. And I'm not, as I said, I'm not blaming the Select Committee. I'm blaming my own party for not recognizing their key competence in the National Assembly. That is very unfortunate, Honorable Speaker. Now, if you look at their selection criteria, Honorable Speaker, they say background. Background about what? When you are selecting a committee, you in your own methodology, you say background. I'm not talking about political, but when you say background, which background? Background in what? Let's answer that question. Background in what? We are coming to deal with properties. We need an engineer in this committee. And I don't want to be a judge in my own court. I'm so embarrassed to be a judge in my own court. But I have to speak this. But can you explain to us what background? Background in what? What key competence background are you talking about here? Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you very much, Honorable Member for Latrikunda Sabiji. I now invite the Honorable Member for Fonyi Kansala.
Yeah, thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I go straight to the Select Committee and their work that they have done on the 15th. Honorable Speaker, I believe that this is not a proper list that we've been waiting for. In terms of the selection who be the chair, we all know the coalition 2016 when they came. The Terry Kafo group that had joined to make a change. And in so doing, if you are setting up a committee that will look at issues that had affected what we are today, I think in all honesty, the leadership zone should be removed immediately. That is one. I am putting this suggestion that Honorable Swaibu Ture be the chairperson of this committee. We have to be ready to break the rock that has already been set with barricades towards this wanted commission. The reason why I say so is if we put people who are conflicted, brothers, a father and a son are in this. So if the father is the leader, the son follows. Do you think we'll be able to regulate this compound? It becomes a problem. This is a compound, and we need seriousness in this. Who do we select to lead this? So therefore, Swaibu, to my part, I nominate him to be the chair. Secondly, also, I think the committee should only stop at 1 and 2. Forget about 3. If you put us and say gender, and no gender is specified, I think you should delete this and make the sleeping dog to lie. Because what I believe also, if gender is also as important as it is, I can tell you for free, a lot has happened in this commission. A former head of state's mom, we all know traditionally, both Christians and Muslims, if your mom dies, the wealth of your mom, you inherit it. A power of attorney was given. They rejected to give the money to the son, that is the former president. So as what Honorable said of Sabah Sanjal, I believe agenda could also pursue this and said, why was the money of the mom rejected? We want to know. So I believe if we are in total agreement we want a female to be a rep in this committee. Or else, agree to delete number 3 being gender. My last contribution is this. If you know an aeroplane is it a donkey cart or a horse cart, please exonerate yourself from this committee. Currently, we are on a committee of this petroleum. A total number of a joint committee, you only have few that are attending. We want to see faces that are ready to build and transform and regularize the corruption and put accountability checks and balances in this. So please, Honorable Speaker, I am submitting that if you know, before we mention your name, please just voluntarily excuse yourself. I therefore submit. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Thank you, Honorable Member for Fonyi Kansala. Honorable members, we must also note the scope of the motion moved. The motion was moved yesterday, and the motion has a scope. I said it yesterday, Parliament as an oversight institution can at any time come out to investigate anything of public concern. But we cannot take everything of concern and put it, because it's a concern now, and put it all into one listing, especially when this one is specific. Let's be mindful of that. Our investigations into public concerns is not limited to this motion tabled yesterday. You can at any time do it. So let's not overburden what is there. These are specific and related to the committee, the commission of inquiries into the assets of and disposal of the former presidents. Let's note that, please. Honorable Member for Bakau.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker, for giving me the floor. And let me take this opportunity to give my opinion on the composition of the selection. Honorable Speaker, having gone through the composition of the selection, my first observation is about the gender. Gender. You talk about the methodology used, the background, the political pluralization, and the gender representation. But the composition of the members that we have here are all honorable gentlemen. So we are yet to see a female member. On that aspect, I have seen Honorable Abdullah Sise as chairperson of the committee, of which I believe he is serving here as deputy majority leader, of which I believe he is on the side of the ruling party. So this committee is going to be investigating the members of the ruling party as well. So on my observation, I believe he should excuse himself as being chairperson of the committee, and I'll propose Honorable Swabi Toure as chairperson of the committee. And I've seen some members who are members of international delegations. When sessions of such nature begins, it will be tense. There will be no chance for them. And I believe taking part in these international meetings will create some room for members that will not be having time to attend these committee meetings. On that few observations, Honorable Speaker, I thank you very much.
Thank you, Honorable Member for Bakau. I now invite the Honorable Member for Fonyi Bintang.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. For my observation, to start with the chair, member for All Yundum selected as the chair. Huh? I don't know how we came up with such a selection. I am against it today, tomorrow, and forever. And looking at it, for my suggestion, I want Honorable Suebu Ture to become the chair, and Honorable Keba Lamfofona to become the vice chair, and the rest can be members. Because in it we have competency, we have sincerity, and we have honesty for my evaluation. And the other thing that I want to talk about is, those that are every day flying, please tell us that you are going to fly, and your name we should not be here. Because we are talking about reality. And here, as Honorable Speaker, as I'm speaking to you, we want members to be present. We know that they may have issues within the country. But if you know that within 2 weeks or 2 months, you are going to take an aeroplane to other parts of the world, tell us and we remove you. Because at this point in time, we want the committee to be seated all the time. We don't want committee not to sit because of someone somewhere else have trouble and we could not have a quorum. And that is an observation that I want us to make. More important than competency is performance that we are going to look at. Allah Baraka.
Thank you, Honorable Member Fofoni Bintang. But Honorable Member, the dictum is disagree with people but respect opinions. When you talk to addressed assembly, you express your opinion, which probably to others is not correct. But they should respect it. So when you speak, respect opinions. You cannot tell people, I don't know where you got these things from. Just like if somebody stands up and says, I don't know what you said, where you got it from. So just respect opinions and come out with solutions. And your own version of the story. Honorable Member for Sani Mentere.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, there are a few observations that I've done with regards to the selection. And of course, I'll have to thank the selection committee for coming up with this list. But then the observations that I have done with the selection, first, of course, I'll join my colleagues who have already talked about the gender representation. It is not gender balance at all. Don't we have women in this parliament? Don't we have equal rights as men in this parliament? And don't we have women in this country whom we, the women and men, are representing? I think this is not fair to the women of this parliament. We have all right to represent our people equally as men are representing their people in this parliament. So when we are doing such things, we need to be very, very observant. We need to be very cognizant of the way we do our selection. So this is a warning for the selection committee. Next time, let them look into that. And based on that alone, I reject this selection. And the second thing is, Honorable Speaker, we are not here for party, we are here as a country. We are here as representatives of various constituencies in this country. We have 53 elected members in this country, in this parliament, plus 5 nominated members who are equally representing the country. They have all right, we have right. But Honorable Speaker, this list cannot be partisan. We are not here to be partisan in this parliament. But this list is partisan. We have 4 members from the same party and 3 others from different parties. We are not here for that. We are not here to joke. I am not saying any other person is joking here. But we are not here to joke. Let us all remember that. We all sworn here. We were all sworn here. And we are representing people of this country. So this list cannot be partisan. And this is what I have observed. And it is my opinion. Honorable Speaker, some members are already ECOWAS, members of ECOWAS. We all know how busy ECOWAS is. Yes, we do all fly to attend sessions externally. But then ECOWAS is a very, very big community that might be flying here and there. And as I said yesterday, don't select Honorable Fatou Cham because you want Honorable Fatou Cham just to be a representative of this special committee. But select Honorable Fatou Cham or any other gender equality because the person will be here have time for him or herself to do the needful. But don't select me or any other person to be part of this list because she is your friend or he is your friend or you want her. Give the job, give the work to the person who can do it, but don't give the work to your friend. We need good representation, but not friendship representation. Honorable Speaker, the background. What other background? I just want to know from the layer of the motion or this thing. I want to know what background have you used as a selection criteria? Because I don't think there is any other background, special background that one might have which others might not have in this parliament. We all came from somewhere. We all have our backgrounds. So, but I want to know specifically what background have you implemented here in selecting this list. And Honorable Speaker, number 2, with regards to the committee used to the following methodology, the methodology that you've used, which background is part of, or which I've already dealt with. But then the political pluralism, based on the majority and minority divide. The political pluralism, as I said, politically, you are partisan. The selection committee is being partisan in doing the selection here. Because we've seen a lot more, I don't want to name any party, but we've seen the majority of a particular party. So it is a camp which is more considered in having this list. So let's look into that properly. And then the general representation, I said, based on the general representation alone, I hereby reject this list, and I want the selection committee to go back, sit, and then do the due diligence with regards to this. And Honorable Speaker, the standing order as well. Yes, based on the section 95.5 or 6, who recommend the police selection? Because there is no party selection in the standing order. No party selection.
Point of order. Point of order. Who is rising on a point of order? Honorable member for Serekunda.
Yeah, Chair. Is that's clause 96, membership of committees.
A point of order.
I just want to clarify here, as per the standing orders, members of the special select committee, just to set the record straight so that we don't misinform the gallery here. That's 96.3, except as provided in standing order 111, committee of selection. Every committee shall be constituted so far as is possible to ensure that the balance of parties in the assembly is reflected therein. Thank you.
Point of order sustained. You know, the standing order provides for committee of selection to take note of parties in the assembly. And 2, the list that is given, Abdullahi Sise is NPP, Mahdi K. Sise is UDP, Suaibu Toure is DOI, Keba Lang Fofana is independent, is nominated, Honorable Omar Jammeh is independent, Honorable Sirif Sar is APRC, Honorable Al-Hajimbo is NRP. So let's get the facts and then make the statements. Can you continue, Honorable Member for Sani Mental?
Well, thank you very much, Honorable Speaker, for clarifying this point. But then, anyway, I don't think I'll talk about that anymore, but we all know how politics goes about in this country. And we all know how we are representing in this country, in this parliament. So when you talk about the standing order, doing the, for the selection committee, observing the partisan or the party selection, well, I don't think I'll say much about that, but we all know how everything transpires in this country, in this parliament. But then, as I said, the gender representation, and also, again, I'll also challenge the selection committee for a ruling party being the chairperson of this particular committee, special committee. So I would like them to look into this properly, come out with tangible reasons why they come out with this list to be the special committee selected. Thank you very much. I beg to take my seat.
Thank you, Honorable Member for Sani Mentreng. I now invite the Honorable Member for Talending Kunja.
Thank you. Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I couldn't agree more with some of the suggestions or opinions raised here. First and foremost, with regards to the chairmanship. And I think it should be in the interest of the majority caucus to recuse themselves from the chairmanship, because the government is the one that instituted Janet Commission. Now, Janet Commission and all its findings and the situation, how it has unfolded, is shrouded in mystery. It's shrouded in malpractices. Now, to show your commitment to the adherence of transparency and accountability, it is only fair and only right that somebody that is not affiliated with government to head this committee. And I don't think we should have a problem with that. Because will you be able to, because chairman has powers, he has access to correspondence even before the committee does. Will you be able to extend, to bring to the fore those things that can put to shame your government? Will you do that? If you can do that, assure the parliament that you can do that, then somebody can. Not that we are doubting, we are distrusting you, but it's a very complicated job for you and your area. It's going to put you in a very funny position, because we don't know what we are going to find. It's a mixed bag. We don't know. Anything can be there. So how would you find yourself in a position when you see a very close, confident, or a very close, powerful person in the government implicated, adversely mentioned, concrete evidence against him? How would you find yourself? So it's not against you. I like you. I love you. Recuse yourself from this. So I go with the nomination for the suggestion of Central Badibu. That Swaibu might be the most apt person in the list to chair this, based on his firm understanding of financial issues, his experience. And also, our party, we have been in the government. You have been in the government. You are still there. So let's identify somebody outside. That's why I really concur with the suggestion to take Swaibu in. And I think he's the most desirable candidate for this chairmanship. Now, somebody might have mentioned, yes, Honorable Kewai Lamfo is the president's nominee. There's no problem with that. But he has a key competence in the area we are talking about. Yeah. And it's very valid. I have no obstruction. Yes, so that tells you we have to be very open to what we are doing, with no strings attached. Now, my problem with I have number 6 and the people that are traveling. But I think Honorable Member for Dankunku fits in this committee. To replace who? Yes. Maybe we talk about that later. But he has to be there, because he raised the alarm, blew the whistle, when many people did not believe that this was happening. He raised it here. He was very passionate about it. So I can trust him anymore. I can trust him more than anybody mentioned in this committee. Dankumpu, yes. Because when he raised it, no one raised it. And he kept following it. So he has to be in this committee. And he has the competence. He's a researcher, he's followed up issues. So I believe he should be, Nyamele Dankunku should be in this committee. Now, Joshua, he has a special skill in financial issues, based on his background. He qualified. But he's a member of ECOWAS and other parliamentary groups. That's my problem. So what I want to add is, all the members, if we want to show this country that we are serious with this special committee, members of the committee should be ready to forgo all other commitments outside the Gambia, to give total commitment to this committee and give it the seriousness it deserves. Because you know, the number is very few. We cannot go 1 month, we start struggling for quorum. No, even your national engagements, because we've allowed that even during sessions they can sit. That shows the importance it has. So members in the committee should be ready to forgo all other benefits. They should assure us that, so that we know that, because Gambian people voted you for Gambian interest first, before even others. Before you go to ECOWAS, you serve your country first. Before you go to PAP or any other committee, this is where you are needed. So we are correcting our country now. So they should be ready to sacrifice whatever privileges or benefits that lie ahead somewhere to concentrate on this committee. If any member cannot do that, you tell us, we remove you, please. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Honorable Member, for challenging. I now invite the Honorable Member for Tumanna.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker, and good morning to you all. Honorable Speaker, I will also go straight to the issue of gender, because definitely speaking, I think the selection committee has conflicted themselves at that point by mentioning it as their method of selection. So if you mention that as your mode of selection, and you come and neglect it, and come out with a committee without a female, I think that is too contradicting. I am appealing to them to please consider gender issue there. Honorable Speaker, the next thing that I'm going to I'm going to appeal again to the committee. The concerns raised here, as far as I'm concerned, they are pertinent concerns, they are important concerns, and we need to consider them. Because all these previous speakers that they have mentioned, we know each other here. We know how things move. They are very important points. No need for me to repeat them. What I will do is to appeal to the committees to please consider the selection committee to consider those points. Please, Honorable Speaker, that's my point. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Member for Tumanna. I now invite the Honorable Member for Banjul North.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, when a competent neighbor speaks, you have a little to say. And for the record, Honorable Speaker, like I said yesterday, and I still stand by it, this special committee cannot be chaired by a member from the government party, but instead a member from the opposition party. Honorable Speaker, I heard members talking about the issue of gender representation, which is also part of the methodology of the documents shared with us. I believe the selection committee is not here to mislead us, because you cannot include as part of your methodology rather, to select members to be part of the select committee, and one of it has to do with gender representation, and we are not seeing any woman as part of this selection committee. For me, according to my own opinion, it's like you are telling us that there is no competent woman in this parliament, which is very unfortunate. And I will not take this as a mistake, but as something that is deliberately being done by the selection committee, which is unacceptable. So in that regards, for reference, I can remember when the selection committee selected all of us to be in different committees. I was nominated to be one of the committees that has to do with the friendship group between Gambia and France. And I stood up here and I said, with due respect, I really appreciate the nomination, but unfortunately, I don't think I will add any value when it comes to this committee. But instead, I would suggest if you can include me as part of the China-Gambia Friendship Group. And the selection committee went back and decided to nominate me and put me in that China-Gambia's friendship group. So I think the same thing can happen here. The selection committee can go and reconsider this team that they have selected and include at least one woman to be part of this selection committee. Honorable Speaker, members spoke about the issue of members that are always very tied up with international assignments or duties. I think it is indeed a concern, but I also believe I am not the person here to make that decision on their behalf. Because yesterday we all stood here and said, we believe if you are nominated to be or selected to be part of this committee, you will be genuine enough to give your time to this committee. But if you believe that you will not have the time, please, now is the right time. And the platform is here. The Gambian people are listening to us. Genuinely, rise up and say, I don't think I will be able to do the work. It's not a crime. Instead, we respect you for that. So in that regards, Assalamu alaikum.
Thank you, Honorable Member for Banjul North. Honorable Member, please, the language was thought of. The committee of selection is packed with honorable members. They will not just come to mislead the assembly. How do you expect the committee of selection to mislead? You may disagree with their selection. You may have observations on their selection, but the intent cannot be to mislead. That's far too much a statement for honorable members, from honorable members to fellow honorable members. Honorable Member for Sami.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker, for giving me the floor. Thank you very much. I want to thank the selection committee for coming up with this list. Honorable Speaker, it's not easy to satisfy people, but it is our duty and it is their right to give us names. So now we look at those names because we have been here almost for 8 years. We know each other very well. But Honorable Speaker, what I want to say is that we all have our expertise here. We are all coming from different areas. And we are all capable to be anything, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, the committee is clear, that is special. Therefore, I'm also proposing that for somebody to be chairing this committee should come from an opposition, not a ruling party. Honorable Speaker, we all know that chairpersons, they are very powerful in the sense that they can have so many information before coming to meeting. So I'm also proposing, please, to take Honorable Swaibu as the chair of this committee. Honorable Speaker, I also mentioned that we know each other. We know each other. Some people are very busy. And we don't want somebody to be in this committee who has another business and is not attending to this meeting. But Honorable Speaker, I want to ask, before coming up with this, did you consult these people? Did you consult them whether they will be ready to sit and attend to this? Because it is very urgent. If not, I'm also suggesting to put Honorable, Honorable Samba Jallo Nyamine Dankunku to be part of this. Why? He has been in this parliament for 15 years now. He has the expertise. I'm not doubting others' expertise. But I believe when he is in this committee, he will make changes. Honorable Speaker, we all have right to our opinions. So if somebody comes up his opinion, let us not counter. Wait for your time. Whatever you want to say, you say it. So therefore, Honorable Speaker, with that few remarks, I'm strongly recommending the chair to recuse himself from this and give it to somebody else. Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you very much, Honorable Member for Same. And I invite the Honorable Member for Upper Fuladu West.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker, for giving me floor. I think first of all, I have to thank the Committee of Selection for coming up with this list. And then if you go through the list, you will draw conclusion that all the names on this list are very, very competent people. And then they have the expertise. And for me, personally, I think I would have to disagree with some of the members by saying that the chairperson of this committee should not be Honorable Abdoulaye Cissé. For me, Honorable Bakari Kora, I said Honorable Abdoulaye Cissé should be the chairman simply because during the sales of this asset, we are talking about 2017 to 2019, there was nothing like NPP. It's true, Honorable Abdoulaye Cissé is representing NPP party in this parliament. But in 2017 to 2019, there was nothing like NPP. So I think as far as we are concerned, we should all have that broad mind that all those people on this list, these are capable people and the tax before them, and they should be able to, complete the assignment that is given to them. But the moment we start discrediting our own people, it will be very difficult for them to do the work. Because if you go through the list, there is no member on this list who will not travel. There is no member on this list. Even if we change this list, we bring another list, they must travel. There is no member in this parliament who doesn't travel. So I think when we are
people disagreeing with him, Honorable Speaker.
You don't do that. When you are talking, everybody listened. As you talked, some people may not have agreed with you, but they kept quiet, gave you the chance and gave you the respect for you to say what you want to say. If somebody is speaking, you don't have a right to tell him no. It's not speaking your mind. Please, let's avoid these things. I told you people, you have a right to disagree with somebody, but you must respect his opinion. That's him. That's what he believes in. And we have only a few of us who will want to distract the whole assembly into all these nonsenses.
Honorable Speaker, withdraw. You cannot say.
No, this is absolutely a nonsense. You cannot shout on top of
Honorable Speaker, you cannot do something people in Parliament, Honorable Speaker.
Honorable, be quiet, please. You don't push people to the wall, my friend. When you talk, people listen to you. Listen to people. Respect them for their opinions. Honorable Member for Upper Fuladu West.
Yes, Honorable Speaker, thank you so much for that ruling. I think members should understand that we are all entitled to our opinion. I am speaking of my opinion. My opinion could be right, it could be wrong, but that's my opinion. But for me, what I was just trying to elaborate is when these assets were sold, it was in 2017 to 2019 is what we are talking about. But by then there was something like NPP. So if members are saying the head of this committee or the chairperson of this committee should not be Honorable Sise, who is representing MPP. For me,
Honorable Speaker, point of order.
For me,
point of order, Honorable.
Honorable Speaker, I am rising on point of order 29.5. No member shall impute improper motive to any other member. Honorable Speaker, I humbly ask you to withdraw your statement, telling me nonsense.
Honorable member, you cannot put a speaker on the point of order. If you disagree with the speaker's, honorable members, if you disagree with the decision of a speaker, you have a process to follow. The speaker is a special member because as you are doing, I cannot do it. I cannot participate. That's why you cannot challenge my decision just by standing up. That is not me. Don't look at me as Fabakari. I'm talking about the table, the seat here. Please, honorable member, can you continue? Honorable member for...
Yes, thank you so much, Honorable Speaker. I think during our deliberations, we should not be sentimental or sensational, whatever we are saying. And then we always have to speak the truth. Now, Honorable Speaker, for me, the only concern I have as far as this list is concerned, that is gender representation. That's my only concern. I think for me, I prefer is the selection committee. At least we should have one female rep on this list. These are some of the things that I just want to highlight. I thank you so much for taking much of your time. Thank you.
Thank you, honorable member for Upper Fuladu West. I now invite the honorable member for Nyamina Dankunku.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, let me thank the selection committee for coming with a list. Honorable Speaker, I will start with the issue of gender. I think what the Parliament approved yesterday, according to the report, page 3, composition of the committee, then 2, members shall reflect political balance and gender inclusivity as practicable. This is what was approved. This is what we gave the committee to go and work on. What is approved? What the plenary gave the committee, it was what was approved. So if they go and then bring anything outside what the parliament, what the plenary approved, they need to clarify that one. That's the issue of gender. This plenary, if it approve, that it should be there. Because yes, it should be there. Honorable Speaker, the reason why in our standing order, the Public Account Committee and the Public Enterprise Committee and the Human Rights Committee are given directly from our standing order to chair those committees, give the opposition those privileges to chair is for ease of accountability. There is no way you can account yourself. If anybody tells you these activities of this Journey Commission, I'm part of them. I'm part of the government. But the activities, nobody can disassociate it with the current government. So if there is any investigation that is set, honestly, to be frank, the chairperson of that committee should be at the left-hand side. Honorable members, we have to be very realistic on what we are doing. And if we are not careful what we are smelling, we will not achieve what we want. We should be very careful in our selection. Then, Honorable Speaker, other members have talked about the issue of our colleagues who are at the international delegation. Honorable Speaker, I was a member of the ECOWAS Parliament. I know how that Parliament is busy. Listen to me. The ECOWAS Parliament, if there is no changes of activity, they have 2 ordinary sessions in a year, 2 extraordinary sessions in a year.
delocalized meeting and other activity within these 12 months. Within 12-month period. So if we have members who belong to this, to the international delegation, and sometimes if they are going, the least days they travel is 15 or 20 days. And you put them in this committee that is sitting every day. And in our parliamentary, in our parliamentary rule and procedures, you need to have a quorum. Okay, let's look at the 3 who are found at the international delegation. And normally, the activity of PAP and the activity of ECOWAS, almost sometimes they happen at the same time. Now you take 3 members from this international delegation, 3 out of the 6. What about if they travel at the same time? Are we not handicapping the committee the committee that we are setting up? I think we need to do justice on what we are doing. We need to look at that very, very seriously. The issue of the international delegation, sometimes they go for 20 days. So now if Parliament is going to approve, I don't have a problem with approve. But they should cite a commitment when during the sitting of this thing, if PAP comes, you have to stay. And that is the only basis. That is the only basis we can approve their staying in the committee. That's their choice. That will be their choice. Let me forgo my international engagement and focus on this national issue, which is so important. I think, Honorable Speaker, this was one of the few observations I have. The issue, we need to look at it. If we don't look at it, we are planning to fail. The issue of gender, it was what was approved by plenary, a woman should be there. The issue of international delegation, let them sign a commitment. A commitment. If I am in the committee and PAP call or ECOWAS call, I have to stay. That must be there.
Amina Dankunku. I now invite the Honorable Member for Lower Salum.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, for giving me the floor. Honorable Speaker, before going further, I think the statement that you have altered is unparliamentary. Because if I do so... Honorable
Member for Lower Salum, please.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I have rejected this nomination with reasons. And if this list continues, let the citizenry expect a failure on the inquiry. You see, Honorable Speaker, we have members of parliament who were raising this issue and this alarm for last 24 months. The member for Fonyi Councillor is part of it. And he has issues. And he has knowledge about this issue. Why the member is not part of it? Because you might associate the person with Jammeh. No. And he said on his contribution yesterday that these are... Yes, I observed, okay.
Yes, observation. No, come on. Yes. Yes, thank you very much. The member for Lower Salom. Yes, we met as a caucus, as an independent caucus. I've seen if I'm part of it, it will be something else. That's why we've chosen Umar Jammeh to represent us so that we could build our arsenals and prepare when the report is laid here. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your that sincerity. Honorable Speaker, I will also take on this caucus issue. You know, these caucus issues are not binding issues. And the reality that we have in caucus is never shown out in this plenary. Because if you mention the caucus, because this is why we need a sincere people in this.
Because we have caucus. They said they have caucus. In fact, I was at the ABC. And the member was selected on our caucus is Honorable Samba Jallo names was there. Later, then they manipulated and put Honorable member for Upper Salu. Now you are putting our heads together. You see? Now, the member of Upper Salu might think that he has a hatred from the member for Dankungu, and which would not.
Point of order.
No, I am
point of order. No, you can.
I am
Honorable.
No, I'm not saying you are.
When somebody rises on a point of order, you sit down, please, and allow the person to put up his point of order.
Thank you,
Honorable member for.
Yes.
Is it Upper Salu?
Thank you. Yes.
Upper Salu?
Yes. I'm rising on order on the improper. You can't impute improper motive. There is no one in this chamber here, 29, that can actually tell what I think in my head. So don't input anything. Okay? I'm mature enough to know how I work with my colleagues. So don't impute any improper motives here. Thank you. I'm mature enough for that.
Yeah, that is sustained. They don't impute something into somebody's thing.
Honorable Speaker, I'm not saying he will have the hatred. I'm just trying to, as a human, I mean.
Yeah, no.
Wait.
Honorable, we all heard you well. And I think the honorable member
Sorry about that.
What we are saying is, don't impute something into people's statements. That's what it is just being done. You can talk about your opinion. Please.
Speaker, I have withdrawn that one. The reason why I put this thing across, already there's a nomination list that they said they have met as a caucus. And the person who was nominated knows that he is in the list. But later part, he was removed in the list. I mean. You understand? So when the members that are in this place, on the list, honorable, and if you said political pluralism, both the minority and the majority side. In the list that I have seen, and I'm going to tell you, Honorable Speaker, in your office, whether there was any written documents that shows that we are in a coalition. I'm going to tell you, things are wrong, we have to put it right. There's no document or letter that shows that these are alliance party in this parliament. We are all belong to the minority group. Both the APRC, PDOIS, the NRPs, we are not part of the majority group. Because there's no document that shows your office that we are the same alliance. Nowhere. Yes, it's wrong. It's wrong. We have to put it right. And I'm telling you, and I want you to produce this document for me, if there is any. So, in that case, Honorable Speaker, this list that has gone is wrong. May have no problem. I was here since 2017. May nobody distract me. Honorable Speaker.
Please ignore what people tell you. Honorable members, allow the honorable member to express himself. Please. Yes, continue, please.
Honorable Speaker. You see, we have to take this on us, and it's a reality. And, Honorable Speaker, it's a fair inquiry that was established by the President. If we have seen yesterday his state of address, we all feel that he feels it's wrong. And if things are wrong, we have to put it right. If things were right, the young ones will not go out. And it's not right. And it's this parliament has to correct it. And if we are going to correct it, we will not get any person to remote control the committees. I have an example. I established an inquiry here that members were told you are going too much. And members in fact, it's difficult sometimes to get a quorum. There are members who are part of that committee, they never start on that, and they are undermining the commission, the inquiry. And I was labeled as an opposition. Honorable, and today I'm very proud to be an opposition. You know why? Because what I was doing, they might think that is wrong. Today, they're the very person who bring an inquiry here. And we're going to support it. But also, we are going to put our eyes on it. Nobody will micromanage anybody here. The nominated member, Kebalang Fofana, I have no doubt. The man is competent and he can do the work. He can remain as a vice chair. Those people who are in the international delegates, you cannot forgo your party and my brother. That is the hard fact. It's all of you. It's Suaibu is there. Sami is, Wuli is there, Obasal is there, and Joshua. It's better, my brother. You just voluntarily, allow to get other members. Because the issue is, we cannot, and this commission has to sit 7 days. 5 days. So if you are given that, how to call it, a session that you have to go and attend, you will go. And you make this, it's only 7 members. You make the committee suffer. So I am going to nominate member for Kiang West to be part of it. Because he is not SN Brussels. He doesn't travel. And the member for Janyambura also. And, okay, he's a quorum maker.
Please don't be talking to members. Say what you want to say. Please.
Honorable Speaker, at the end of these commissions, we want to get the reality and where the trust can come back to this parliament. Yes. Honorable Speaker, the issue is the list that I can approve for myself is member for Janjambure and Kebalang Fofana, nominated member. That's it. These are the members that I will approve. I have reasons. The member for Olindum is a great man, but then very soft. He cannot lead this commission. Yes, and I cannot go against him because I know there will be a driver outside that will drive him because he cannot that much, to be hard. And we need to get somebody, in this parliament who can make a point of order.
Honorable Speaker, point of order.
Order? Open your me.
Honorable Speaker, order 29.5. Honorable member is imputing improper motive to honorable member for Olindum by saying that he may have people outside that might remote control him and he's soft. That's improper. Thank you.
I don't know. When I had it myself, I had a little concern. But the honorable member for Olindum is here. And if he does not feel that is true, probably he is telling, Honorable, please, Honorable, let me conclude. Please. What I'm saying is, when I heard it, I was not comfortable with it. But it's not for me to make that determination when the honorable member himself is here. So it means the honorable member, as much as I may not like it, he does not mind it. So who has the right to say to the man that it's not correct? that will be funny. That will be funny. Honorable, we can continue.
Yes, Honorable Speaker. Then I withdraw, as long as it's not soft. No problem. But I'm not, to my advice, let the government not to lead this. Please, we allow the opposition ones to lead it. Because the FPAC and PEC, the reason why they are... Okay, come.
Honorable, you have to, you don't go about the same thing continuously. Yes, those that you have said is hard and hard and hard. If you have new ones to add, you add those ones.
You mean I should add the list, or?
You want to add?
Honorable Speaker, to go, please. What I'm saying here is, we need transparency and accountability in this issue. And we don't feel the majority side to lead this inquiry. We want the opposition side to lead it. And again, I want you to give me the list of the, any letter that is coming from the executive that we are in the Alliance Party that can show this party pluralism in this chamber. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Honorable Member for Lower Salu. I now invite the Honorable Member for Sandu.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. First, I want to thank the selection committee for coming up with this list of persons who will lead the investigation on behalf of the Parliament.
You use the microphone properly.
Yes. Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. First, I want to thank the selection committee for coming up with this list of persons to lead the investigation on behalf of the Parliament. I want to register that these are persons with impeccable character, and I agree with the list of persons here stated on this paper with me here. The observations that I have taken note of is first the background. The list provided here have all the necessary background that we need to carry out this investigation partially and fair for the Gambian people to know the truth. And the political pluralism have stated it. We have Honorable Abdullah Sise from the NPP, Honorable Mahdi Sise from the UDP, Honorable Swaibu from DOI, Keba Lang from the nominated, Honorable Omar Jammeh from the independent, Sirif Sar from APRC, and Alhaji Mbao from NRP. What I've taken note is the leadership many people are complaining of. One, to state when this commission was being instituted, all the persons listed on this list were pro-government, except the APRC. I have not seen anything that is wrong with this list. And I think when we speak we have to align ourselves with the standing order. That should be our guiding tool. One, there's no place that is stated that it should not be led by the government side. And we have our standing order that is guiding us in that. And about the female representation, it is also not stated in the standing orders that there is it is also stated not in the standing orders that it should be gender based in terms of formulation of committees, especially this one. And I think this should be our guiding tool when we speak in Parliament. Let us be very careful not to start the damage here where we start the selection. We know all the persons on this list are of impeccable character, and they are fit to lead this impartially and produce the results that we all desire. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Honorable Member for Sandu. I now invite the Honorable Member for Lower Flood West.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Well, I want to draw the attention of the House to the fourth line of the headings where I get the assets identified. This country is very small. When the collection 2016 took over, before that period, there were a lot of looting that were done, and the Janneh Commission were not concerned about that. And we are still concerned about that as Gambians. So we cannot limit ourselves, and this is an opportunity that the Parliament have to dig into these matters. I'm urging the Parliament to dig into these matters. Information is coming up. So many vehicles were paraded to Guinea-Bissau. So many things were done. How can we leave that and limit ourselves to Janneh? We are here about looted properties. These properties were looted here in this small Gambia, and we know about this. And we want this to catch up that. Thank you very much. And I regret yesterday, I want to rescind my decision that aligned myself into assets that are identified. I want to go beyond that. All the looted assets during we know what's happened in this country. This is a small country. And again, please, you are not going to observe me. Yes, and also I want to refer you back to the composition of the committee. Go back to page 2 on the page 3 on the motion. He said, membership shall reflect political balance, gender inclusivity as far as practicable. I want us to understand that during the motion, this was cleared. As far as we want to include gender, whether it is practicable. The motion have stated clear. And then here, please, we all know that we are here in the House. We know who is who. The background that we are talking here, that background have manifested in this election. We know people that are extremely competent in terms of auditing, in terms of inquiry, and Mo is one of them. He is a lawyer by profession, and he is an expert in accounting. Nobody can doubt that. And number 2, nobody. No. Number 2, yes. Honorable members, order. No. Yes.
Honorable, please. Yes, can you continue, please?
Yes, I go back more. His competency, the whole country know about him. His records in FPAC, his records in inquiry cannot be overstated. That's why he is more than competent to be part of it. And the selection committee have done justice. We all know Omar Jatro Jammeh. He's a youth advocate, and this was derived from the call of the youth. Omar will never fail the youth. Having him in there is a right selection. We all know he's an iron man. He put it raw. So I think the selection committee did is extremely right. Now here comes to Sirif Sar. We all know Sirif Sar, very competent. He's an engineer by design. He understands, he evaluates. So in short, I want to tell the people that we trust these people. They can do the job. And then I want to refer, for those claiming travels, the minority leader, Brikama North, there was a session. He boycotted the international duty to serve his nation. And the same thing, my chair, Honorable Amadou Kamara, Nyani. He was here, he boycotted. Gambians are so much interested in this. Nobody selected here will take this and underestimated. They are all committed for this tax. They are Gambians. They know what is ahead of us. So then let us not play with the glory. The truth is, these people are competent, they are trusted, they will do it, and we want an outcome to this because everybody is watching. And for that reason, I want all of you to join and bless this list. I wish I could be there, but I'm a chemist by background, and we are not doing anything with chemicals. We are not doing here chemicals. But these people, they have their background. So I'm urging all of us to support this committee. They will do justice, and they will sacrifice per diem to sit down and do this thing. And please, this is for the record, the looted property of Jammeh that the Janneh Commission have not identified. I'm urging the House to look at it. We are talking about looted. No, it's not about a motion. This is about looted properties of Jammeh. We will not only limit ourselves to that of the Janneh Commission. When those people, Janneh Commission would have known some of the people looted this and they have not consulted them. So I want us to open. We know. Informations are coming. In fact, I received a letter of something in Morocco. We receive some people parroting things to Guinea-Bissau. We know we're getting information. Why do we have to limit ourselves to this? When we want justice, we want the truth to reveal. And that's the youths are asking. Not only removing the list, we want to know the bias, the game that they play, the Terry Kafo, and we also have to reflect, when was this commission set up? Who is credible to be in this committee? When was it set up? Who set up this committee? All of them. The coalition, all of them. The MPPs, the UDPs, all of them are here. Today, all of them are conflicted. We are the only people that are not conflicted. I should even tear that commission because I'm not conflicted. Thank you very much.
I don't understand the honorable member when he said, I am the only one not conflicted. Huh? Okay. All right. Honorable member, thank you very much, honorable member for Lower Fladu West. Honorable member, I think in your debate we talked about this. Those things that may come up outside the scope of this investigation. I said this is a parliamentary inquiry. The people there, the members that you have put in, will listen to everything. Something may come. But when they are making their recommendations, they will make those recommendations that we should look into A, B, and C, and we will go into them. It can go on and on and on and on, but it cannot just be one of everything. I think we discussed that yesterday. So concerns will be taken on board. Thank you, honorable member for Lower Fuladu West. I now invite the honorable member for Busumbala.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. I first of all thank the selection committee for providing us the names of individuals we believe to be persons of impeccable characters. Honorable Speaker, I will basically, most of the issues has been highlighted, ranging from competency about people who are selected to partake in these special selection committees inquiry. I have an issue with the chairmanship of the committee based on our own legal frameworks in existence. If you look at our own existing committees, both FPAC and PAC were given chairmanship by the opposition. The reason being that the reasoning behind this is basically on transparency and accountability. Because as a government, you need an opposition to hold government in place accountable and transparent to the citizenry. If you look at how these special committee come into being, you realize that the main objective is based on accountability and transparency. So we can align these special committees' objective with the creation of our own committees in respect to our legal framework in terms of FPAC and PAC. Having said that, most of the, like I say, most of the relevant issues has been, outspoken or spoken by various speakers here, including the gender reflection here as one of the methodologies for the selection. We haven't seen any female rep, but my attention has been drawn to our yesterday adoption paper. It is clearly stated as practicable. But in that note, we want, even whereas it has been captured specifically at that adoption paper, we want the committee of selection to do justice by making this participation in reality, by taking that of the female rep to fill that gap. Basically, I have no objection about members that has been chosen, but my objection is restricted on the chairmanship of this important committee. Specifically, is for accountability and transparency, and we felt that you cannot be a judge in your own court. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Member for Busumbala. I now invite the Honorable Member for Lower Badibu.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I believe the reason of creating or forming this committee is to unearth everything in connection to the assets of the former president. Honorable Speaker, I do not doubt the qualification of the people who are identified to be part and parcel of this committee. I believe they are men of high integrity. And I believe that the task that we are about to give them, they will do it to the best of their ability in order to serve this nation. I trust all of them. The reservation that I have on them is those who are in international bodies, delegation, whether they will be able to deliver or to meet the demands of the committee. This is the area that I have reservation on. Other than that, all of them are men with high integrity, because we know each other here. We have been here for almost 3 to 4 years now. Honorable Speaker, I agree with Honorable Opofuladu that there was no NPP at the time, but there are MPs here who serve under coalition government, both UDP and currently NPP. For me, those people are, of course, they should excuse, especially in the chairmanship of this committee. Of course, the person identified to lead this committee is the brother, Honorable Olyundum. It's a brother. But the fact is, I don't think if he is qualified enough, because he has a conflict, to lead this committee. I don't think if he should allow. I believe Honorable Nyamina Dankunku and Honorable Janjambure, these are the two people, in my view, who can chair this committee. Because I believe they don't have any conflict of interest when it comes to the operation of this committee. Other than that, All those who are part and parcel of this committee, they all have conflict of interest, from UDP and NPP. And Gambians are watching. Remember, we are watching, we are doing this work for Gambian people. And the reason why we are forming this committee is as a result of pressure which has been put on us by the citizens. Otherwise, this committee would not have been formed today. So we should be very much careful the way we're going to select people who are going to lead this inquiry. We should be very much careful of it. Honorable Speaker, when it comes to the issue of gender, I believe I will align myself with Honorable Lower Flodu West. It has been clearly spelled out in the motion. Initially, I was, of course, being carried away by people who said, female, we are not part of it. But when I went through the motion, I realized that it has been clearly spelled out. So there is no problem with the issue of gender. All that we need is, let us now identify people who will be committed to this work and come up with the truth at the end of the day. On that note, Honorable Speaker, I submit my submission. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Member for Lower Badibu. I now invite the Honorable Member for Kiang West.
Honorable Speaker, let me once again be grateful for having another opportunity to take part in this important business. Honorable Speaker, let me first look at the composition of the committee before committee responsibilities, which is chairmanship and vice chairmanship. Honorable Speaker, I would love to remind this very parliament that during our deliberation on the very day when we were looking at the FGM bill, people flew from Nigeria to come here for that business. That business is not important than this. Like a saying goes, you need to give a part of your body in order for the whole to remain, and a part is about to go. A part is to give away international travels. That is the part, and the whole is the country. That is this inquiry. For us to have our country today, we need to give away that. And I think each of them are competent and capable enough to do that for this country. Each of them should be able to do that. And in fact, we have the power to sanction them and say, you are not going and stay. We should be able to do that. We should be able to do that, to say, you are not going, you stay. Because we nominated them to go there. We nominated them to go there. Honorable Speaker, Commission of Inquiry, Janet Commission, was constituted by the President. He established the commission and appointed the commissioners. And the report, the white paper, when they are done, went to the President, who is currently the party leader and the Secretary General of the National People's Party. Finally, on the list that we have seen names of ministers who are serving the current government. Honorable Speaker, the audit report that highlighted the 22 million that happened under the accounts of the current government, under the Minister of Justice, who is a current serving minister, their operations. If that has not been done, we want to investigate onto that. Deputy Minority Leader, who is a member of the National People's Party, cannot chair that committee. Deputy Majority Leader, rather, excuse my language. Deputy Majority Leader, for whatever reason, any analogy that you bring in, he is conflicted as being the chair as being the chair. Chairpersons are privy to information. Most often times when engagements are happening, people communicate to them directly. I trust him so much. We need to even borrow from the provision that allows, that dictates that the chairpersonship of the Finance and Public Accounts Committee and the Public Enterprises Committee to be chaired by opposition. Can we borrow from that idea and from that sense? I think each of us should have to approach this matter rationally and bipartisanshiply for us to get what we want to get. I want to assume that none of the National Assembly members have an interest in this matter or have done something that we are going to find wrong in this National Assembly matter. May fondly you people say here, public lost trust on us. We have an opportunity to restore back the trust that we've lost from the public. Can we capitalize on that opportunity and do that? Let's allow this committee to be chaired by opposition, and of course, he is not going to have the veto power. Any decision that are going to be made is going to be based on voting. But we need to be very, very much careful as to how we constitute this. Please, for God and heaven's sake, let's allow opposition to chair this crusade that we have all started together. Honorable Speaker, having said that, I proposed Honorable Suwaibu Ture as the chairperson of this committee. Honorable Suwaibu Ture, PDOIS, was part of the coalition government, but was part of the move that led the change in 2016. But they were never part of the coalition government. Tell me their appointment in the coalition government. Either minister or where, just tell me. So I think they are neutral in this matter. If somebody said APRC is not conflicted, tell me. The person's asset that we are following here was the leader of the APRC party for 22 years. And they are interested in knowing how those assets were spent. How can you tell me they are not conflicted? But the most neutral person here is Honorable Suwaibu Ture. He's the most neutral. And I think each of us should agree that to have Honorable Suwaibu Ture as the chairperson here. He led another petition here, the petition that we looked at, and he stood firm to ensure that we found resolutions, the resolutions that are even found in the article Mustafa sent to the social media. So I think he is capable enough to lead this. Honorable Speaker, let me get to the gender. Gender issue here is not a bigger problem to us. It is not in our laws to put gender. It is not in the standing order to say we should have gender. Even if it is in the motion, we have every right to remove it there, if it is not provided for in the law. I can say it without any fear of contradiction. If we ask all the opposition party and the ruling party to go to the caucus and bring one member, I can swear none of you will bring women. If you will go, let's stand down for 5 minutes and ask you people to go and come back. You will never bring any woman here. None of you will bring it. That is just the fact. So what is more important and rational here is that let's allow the committee to do the work. And anybody who is traveling, let us tell you that we cannot allow people to be traveling and leaving national issues like this. National issue of this nature should allow each of you to come back from your international duties and forgo everything if you were there to come and attend this extraordinary session. When we constitute a commission, an inquiry to put you there, you should all forgo everything and stay and concentrate on this. Honorable Speaker, finally, I want to observe the remuneration, which is not captured. We are tasking people a work, and we need to understand if this is a normal committee operation or this is a special assignment that we are giving to people for them to concentrate on, to investigate matters where billions of national resources has been embezzled. Let's remunerate them, and that remuneration cannot be on the ground. It has to come on the paper. We approve it for them. That has to be done. It is important we do that. They forgo everything and concentrate on this matter. When I looked at the motion that was led to establish Janneh Commission, after the completion of the 3 months, having to requested the extension for that exercise for 6 months. The Minister for Justice then requested for each commissioner to be remunerated $500,000. It is on the motion. I laid my hand on it. I couldn't have an opportunity to read it yesterday because of the 5 minutes. $500,000 each for an extension of that commission. And now we are establishing another thing that should even look at whether those commissioners were truthful, independent, or impartial. Let's remunerate the people that we are appointed. Otherwise, I don't want to talk about that. Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you very much, Honorable Member for Kiang West. I now invite the Honorable Member for Upper Nyumi.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker, for giving me the floor. Honorable Speaker, I also would like to join my colleagues to thank the selection committee for coming up with the list of these honorable members that's supposed to serve in this special select committee. Honorable Speaker, they have followed the due process. They have followed the standing order to the letter. And I have no doubt in the chairmanship of Honorable Member for Old-Yundum. Honorable Speaker, this particular motion was emanated from the majority camp. If people want to test whether we are sincere or not, they should allow the majority camp to care this particular special committee. And when you look at the composition, Honorable Speaker, the 4 right honorable members that are in this committee, Honorable Member for Old-Yundum, Honorable Member for Serekunda West, Honorable Member for Wuli East, Honorable Member for Upper Salum. These people, I think the selection committee have made no mistake in putting them in this committee. And we have no doubt in them. They will deliver to expectation. Honorable Speaker, I think if you are not selected to be part of this committee, that doesn't mean that you have to discredit the work of the selection committee. You don't have to do that. Let's try to be rational. And that's why I'm urging all the members of this assembly, please let us give our support to this committee to do their job. Because they have put all the requirements in place for them to give us the result we want. For them to give us the result which the Gambian people are looking for. And I believe that they will deliver to expectation. Honorable Speaker, with those few remarks, I'm urging every member to support this motion. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Honorable Member for Upper Nyumi. I now invite the Honorable Member for Ileasa constituency.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker, for giving me the floor. Honorable Speaker, let me first thank the selection committee for coming up with this list. Honorable Speaker, by looking at the composition, I think all parties are represented. I think it's a fair selection. To be honest, it's a fair selection. Honorable Speaker, I think these people are competent, and we have hope in them. And I think definitely they will do the job as expected. So as far as the selection is concerned, I have no objection. Honorable Speaker, the only objection that I have here is when you look at the methodology, here they said gender representative. And then among the list, we don't have a female representative there. So I want the selection committee to look into that so that we can have a female representative. So definitely that will be very good. So to have a female representative there. So Honorable Speaker, concerning the chairmanship, so all what we want here is to have somebody who is trustworthy, whether to have an opposition there or to have somebody in the ruling party. That doesn't matter. All what matters is to have somebody there who is trustworthy. That's what we want. Who can do the job without fear or favor. So I think, Honorable Speaker, in that light, definitely I support the selection committee for coming up with this amber list. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Honorable Member for Ileasa. I now invite the Honorable Member for Fonyi Jarol.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I have little query on the composition of the proposed committee. Honorable Speaker, yesterday I thanked the gala, that is the youths, who came out with this investigation, I would say, because they are the one pushing us to form this committee. Honorable Speaker, anyone who knows me and observed me for the past days up to today, I'm not the same person. Why I say I'm not the same person, leadership is all about listening and observing. Maybe some people thought that the ex-president is communicating. He might be. But I got a lot of information before this thing happened. Listening to what is going on, and since this thing is raised, a lot is coming out, that the formation of this committee is about sustainable peace for this country. Anyone who takes this thing to be lightly, you don't know what you are doing. What happened in this country in 2017, an ex-president who ruled for 22 good years, even his family home is being turned to a military barracks. This is why the formation of this committee, I'm looking at who to lead. It's about the leadership style. Sometimes when I'm even talking, I find it difficult. I even struggle to get the words because I know what I am talking about, and I'm foreseeing a lot. Some people probably are not looking beyond the line. I am looking beyond the line because a lot has happened. A lot has happened. Anyone who, even if you hate the ex-president and think that this is normal, from today I'll tell you, when you go back or when you sleep, just when you are alone, start thinking about what happened. This is something that the whole world is watching. This is something that the whole Gambia is watching. This is what is going to take Gambia either to reconcile us or to divide us forever. What happened is terrible. Since yesterday, I was struggling to get words, even to speak. I even stammer. I even realized that yesterday, if I was to be interviewed, my speech was not good. Because since this thing happened on Sunday, this is why I praise you people. People might think that I just want, probably, I'm a peaceful guy. Ask anyone who knows me. Some might think that why would I support a demonstration that was illegal? You people have come to settle something that some people don't know. We should respect you 100%. That's why yesterday I decided to say that I'm awarding you the Grandmaster of what recognition or whatever for the Gambia. We are in a dilemma, two roads, at a crossroad. This committee, I trust that I'm suggesting Keba Lamfofana. I'm not even looking at whether he's NPP, whether what. I am looking at what he can do. And even Mbow, I want him to be part of the committee. I don't even have much problem here. I'm just looking at there. Even Sir, I want them to be there. But I am saying what I am knowing, what I am hearing. The list that even came to me, I am totally confused. And then yesterday when I listened to the president, 5 minutes or 3 minutes press release, it even made me more confused than before. Some people might take it to be a fun. Honorable Speaker, this committee has to be a serious committee. They should be committed, dedicated, and honesty should be one of the things. People thought that because of maybe an APRC, people are calling me, giving me information that I've never got before. I'm totally worried. And the list that the president have is never even mentioned by the president, neither the Ghana committee.
Honorable, Honorable, give the debate a scope. We are now on the selection of these people into a committee. Within that framework, please. It's not an open debate.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. It's just emphasis that I'm making on what this committee, so what we expect the committee to do. That's why I'm making this emphasis. I might be outside the box. But I'm making this emphasis because I know what they are going to investigate. We are forming a committee that is going to investigate a commission that was established by the president, that we now thought what they did was wrong. This is what is happening. This committee is going to investigate a commission that members were paid $500,000 to do a job, and then the report was submitted March 2019. Today is 6 years. It means it is today we are knowing that everything was wrong. Without this group, we would not have known it without the youth. That's why I continue to congratulate the youth. I am thinking about sustainable peace for this country. We are all here because of peace. If I tell you, I'm not even the same person. Let me just stop here. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Member for Fonyi Jarol. Honorable members, it's not only the commission. There are participants who are not members of the commission. There are people who might have looted who are not members of the commission. A lot of things had happened. So it's not limited to commission members. Thank you, Honorable Member for Fonyi Jarol. I now invite the Honorable Member for Jara Central.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker, for giving me the opportunity. Honorable Speaker, I would equally join my the honorable members who absolutely commended the mover of the motion, and also, by extension, I would like to thank the Committee of Selection for coming up with these nominations of humble personalities. Honorable Speaker, I would speak very differently from those who have made some objections on this nomination. Honorable Speaker, one thing I want to assure to this Honorable House is that when we are dealing with issues of national interest or public interest, we need to be very cautious. Cautious in the sense that we need not to attach it with politics. And these have derailed the efforts of most of our engagements in this House. Most often than not, Honorable Speaker, issues are being tabled here. We have honorable members of this August House will stand and try to politicize those issues. It is not going to give us any headway, Honorable Speaker, in making a final decision. This House is full of people here in the gallery for the purpose of them being here is to listen to us as what we are going to do in this humble house. Therefore, we need to be very cautious. Why the question of saying a member of a leading political party being identified as the head of this committee shouldn't head that committee? It is not outlined in our standing orders, Honorable Speaker. Never. It is not. The only place it has been identified, Honorable Speaker, is Standing Order 96.7A and B. That is for the FPAC and the PEC committees. That those two committees can only be headed by opposition leaders. We know it. All of us here know it, Honorable Speaker. There is no member of parliament who didn't know it here. Then don't fool those people who are in the gallery. We shouldn't do that. We should be very cautious, Honorable Speaker, in the way we carry out our activities and our mandate in general. Honorable Speaker, the member for All Yundum constituency is a very wonderful person. Yes, he is NPP. Why objecting him to lead this committee, Honorable Speaker? There's no rationale, there's no justifiable rationale in that. Anyone who makes that statement among the members, there's no rationality in that, Honorable Speaker. Let us be frank. And let us not be baffled by the people who are sitting under the gallery. It shouldn't be. Going forward, Honorable Speaker, Standing Order 96.1c also have not mentioned anything like gender. In fact, in totality, in all of the standing orders, we have not anything that mentions gender when it is coming for the selection of committees. It is by practicality that sometimes we observe those issues.
Can I observe you?
No.
Point of order.
I hope your point of order is relevant.
Yes, it's relevant.
On the basis of what you wanted to observe.
On the subject matter.
No, Speaker.
Okay, go ahead.
No, sorry, Speaker.
Can we hear your point of order?
No, sorry. Before you come with this, before you come with this order, members are
Who gave you the floor? Please. Before I take any other thing, I have to take the point of order. Point of order. Yes, may I hear you?
No.
Honorable, before any other thing is the point of order.
No, I'm not going to do that.
Honorable, please.
Honorable Speaker, the 1997 Constitution, Section 28, Rights of Women. Yes, I'm talking about the gender aspect that he's saying that is not in our laws.
No. Honorable. He is not saying that. He said it's not in our standing orders.
But it's in the Constitution.
No, it's not about the Constitution.
Honorable Speaker.
No, let me be clear. Let me be clear.
I want to correct him.
No. Let me be clear. What he said is, that person is not in our standing orders.
Exactly.
He never said it's not in the Constitution or other statutes. That's what he said. Yeah, but no, I'm looking at it from your point of order.
I'm not making a statement, Honorable Speaker. I want to remind all of us that this Parliament, we use the Constitution and the standing order. If the standing order doesn't have it, the Constitution has it.
No.
Treated with dignity and honor, and in all the political or social things that we do, women need to be informed.
Honorable.
I rest my case.
Oh yes, Honorable. Even there is as much as is possible. You have small committees here that you don't have women in. So what the honorable member said is, it's not in the standing order. That's what he said. He did not say it's not in the Constitution or in other statutes. Can you continue, the honorable member, please? Yeah, you want to?
Yes, he gave me to observe it.
You are?
He said I can observe it.
He's observing.
You are, okay.
Yes, putting the record straight, all political parties were given the due diligence to select. We are not depriving any political party to select a female. So let us not paddle in that, you know, we are not gender biased. Political party, we send representative. Let them take one from each of the party you belong to, take that person and replace it with a lady, and we move on.
Okay.
If you are exceptional and intellectual in many domains and you know what you are doing, but your behavior does not match those things. Please, Honorable Member for Jara Central, can you continue?
Yeah, thank you very much once again, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, the member for Sandu made it very clear here, and also the member for Lower Fuladu, sorry, Upper Fuladu. Yes, Upper Fuladu. That in the Janek Commission, from the period of 2017 to 2019, was all headed and spearheaded by the UDP. By the UDP. So if members, no, Honorable, I'm just about to finish my deliberation. Honorable Speaker, in furtherance to my statements, Honorable Speaker, the period of 2017 to 2019 in respect to the Janek Commission was headed, as I said earlier, and the members who spoke before me, headed by the UDP, of course. And in that regard, if members of parliament from that party are laying their objections.
Don't use your left finger to point at us, please.
I'm not pointing you.
It's against my culture. Don't do it.
Okay, I'm not pointing. No. I'm not minority leader. Thank you, minority leader. Okay, Honorable Speaker, to be more serious, Honorable Speaker, Ablai Sise, or Honorable Member for All Yundum constituency, is more than fit enough to head this committee. They talk about Honorable Member for Woolly East to chair the committee. They base their reasons, most of them base their reasons because he will be more neutral. And probably maybe he is not somebody who travels more often. But he is also a Pan-African Parliament member. We all know how Pan-African Parliament also travels. We all know that. So that one also is not very justifiable for Woolly East to chair that committee. You know, let us not count our chickens before they are being hatched. Let us not assume that these members of this committee, once they are given the task to scrutinize the witnesses before them, they will do otherwise. Once we do that, Honorable Speaker, we will not come up with any committee here. We will not. What I am trying to advise to all the members of this House is that let us have one common goal to say that this committee will do the job and they are able to do the job. and we give them the task. We give them the task. But if we started counting our chickens before they are hatched, well, we will defeat the purpose of selecting a committee. Now, Honorable Member for Joshua and Honorable Member for Opasalu, they are all seated here, Honorable Speaker. They can speak for themselves whether they can be part of this committee or not. Nobody can stop them from speaking to say, I cannot fill this position. They are very free and say, no, you cannot be there. It's not fair. On that note, Honorable Speaker, I have to move. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Member for Jara Central. I now invite the Honorable Nominated Member, Maimuna Sise.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I would also like to join my colleagues to give my blessing to this very topic on the floor by accepting the nomination of the various party representatives. Honorable Speaker, from the previous speakers, the proposals they bring regarding the international delegates, I think the delegates on the list as were proposed are all part of the international delegates. By choosing Honorable Woolley to be the chair, he is also a member of Pan-African Parliament. Likewise, Mbo. They all are in the same Pan-African Parliament. So there is no logic in that one. Honorable Speaker, party representative, I want us to at least have a little sense of our own mind to think about our backgrounds, knowing that every member in this parliament came here as a politician by default. We all represent the political parties in this parliament here. There cannot be any selection that doesn't comprise with the political parties and with our allies. We all have the same responsibility. Every leadership comes with a challenge, but when the challenge comes, let's deal with the responsibility. Honorable Speaker, the list here, I don't see no doubt that these people cannot complete this service hours, because somebody was cited here. There was a motion in this floor here, or a bill in this floor, which was the FGM. Personally, myself and my colleagues in Abuja, we have to flew from Abuja on our own expense, not from the parliament, not from the government, but we sacrifice because we know that this bill is do or die or never. We all came back to make sure that we do the justice to that particular bill. So I believe whoever is selected in this particular motion to be part of this committee, they all know their responsibility, they know they are functional. And any international delegates, we are at the service of the country. We are not in our own liberty to be in any international delegates. Honorable Speaker, we have to do justice, and we cannot be here always trying to pinpointing on each and everyone. Let's leave our political lens outside these chambers. We focus on the national goal. Let us not disappoint the Gambians. Let us not disappoint the youths and the youngsters who put their life outside there to make sure that they want to see the justice towards this particular issue we are discussing right now. We should not shatter their desire for them because we want to put a political lens in it. Everything, if we don't trust each other, who is about to trust us? If we cannot have a working relationship within ourselves here, we cannot believe in ourselves. Who do we expect outsiders to believe in us? We all know the competency of all these, each and every one of these members in this list over here. Alajimbo is competent when you come to his financial dealing. Honorable Alajimbo Oposalu, you come to an APRC representative. I cannot see no incompetent member in this list right here. Please, let's do justice to ourselves and allow this thing to go. We all have a common goal. There is no single person in this country who doesn't have the interest to see that justice serves in this particular issue we are discussing. It's a national concern. We might be a pro-government, but this is our concern because our government is at stake. Whoever thinks that we are going to be aligned with anybody who is inflicted in this, we all had what President Barrow said, he cannot be a father to anybody who is conflicted. And whoever confounded the law will deal with you. What else do you expect from the leader or from his party? This is our government and the government is at stake. We are not giving any chance, we are not giving any room to anybody to jeopardize this investigation. And we want to see that the investigation goes in the right way and giving the deliverance what we are expecting from them. Honorable Speaker, I will come to the gender issue. It's not a surprise. Gender equality has been a lip service since I have not even born. And I think still now the same thing is happening. I raised my concern, probably myself, I excuse myself, I'm not going to be part of it. Because I know not parliamentary business is my engagement. I am an independent woman dealing with my own businesses. Apart from the National Assembly services, I don't want to be part of it. But at least the look is not right. You cannot bring us a motion which includes gender equality in it. At the end of the day, you contradict yourself, you bring the same list again without a single female representative. I am not part of it. But that's my only objection to that. Honorable Speaker, I don't have no objection, and here people ask, sometimes we are another persons. When you come to the reality, we don't want to deal with it. I know after living here, some people will be here trying to click in everyone to try to associate certain individuals. They are against you, or they are in for somebody. I am not in for, but I just want the truth to be prevailed here. Whoever is representing here, we all are responsible people, and I believe whoever mandate falls in any international trip, you will do the justice to this cause to make sure that you are representing the international. You are not there for yourself. You are there for the Gambia. If Gambia service needs you before the international, then you have to service the country before the international. On that note, Honorable Speaker, I beg to submit.
Honorable members, it's already gone 2 o'clock, 1400. I think we will have to suspend for us to go and pray and then have lunch and then come back. I think it is already 14:15, 2:15. By 3 o'clock we should be ready. Am I right? So I will now suspend the assembly to 1500 hours sharp. Assembly is suspended.